three older white dudes are making a collective $2 million and at every ribbon cutting talking about how much they give a shit about veterans with like 45 different companies under each of them. I mean, that just, I can't stand it. It's bullshit. I think Concourse Federal Group, in its current capacity, is the gross bastardization of the original contract that was issued that I worked on. It has become a pig for the extraordinarily greedy and exploitative owners. It's far too big to be effective. I think it's a massive waste of money. I mean, it's a $50 million IDIQ contract that is probably going to be exhausted within 4 years, and it was supposed to be 10 years. And I ask, could that 50 million have been spent elsewhere? It's tough for me to watch when, the owners buy houses in Italy and in Denver and cars for each other. Like, I don't want to be that guy. And I know we don't know each other well at all, but these rich old white dudes constantly seem to be causing all these issues and getting away with it and making a shitload of money because of it. Like, how much money does this guy need? I think they're able to pocket money through all of the money they get, whether it be from low-income tax credits, from SIDLAC, from bonds, from VA capital contributions. Like, they're making 10 to 20% at least on top of all of that. And then I think the out year money they make on the subsidies and vouchers, and once they've recouped their development costs, is significant. But in the immediate, they're definitely making money. So the way they do it is that there's that PDEUL, and then the principal developer team executes a sublease with Century, TSA, or Thomas Safran, or US Vets.
So the principal developers have created another entity that then they are then subleasing to themselves?
Yes, and it's multiple entities. So let me upload the subleases so that you can see how they structure it. They basically just lease it back to themselves, but they set up another LP. So it's like a lot of this stuff I learned way after the fact and was like, it seems awfully convoluted. I don't think it's a Richard Scott situation. I think it's Brian DeAndrea, Tyler Monroe, and Steve Peck fellas thinking, yeah, we can do this. We can brand it as the best thing ever, and we can get rich as hell doing it. My guess is these folks are doing it broad, not even with VA. They've made a market out of affordable housing. It's just absurd that they have this many companies. It seems very convoluted for building housing for veterans. Yeah, I think they would be compelled to investigate, right? The IG clearly found misuse. The FBI worked on a case of misuse. Based on those facts alone, the FBI would be compelled or should be compelled to investigate.
Yeah. And maybe
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, I don't know if it's as simple as reaching out to their, messaging them in their portal or calling or something and just acknowledging that they have done active investigative work on the campus and that the IG has found misuse and that we're requesting it's requested that they reinvestigate to ensure this isn't happening again at the detriment of veterans. I feel like that is an initial thought, but I really don't know how that process works at all.
Would you imagine, though, that your understanding of what's been going on and participation to whatever degrees could be helpful and or the documents and proceeding, with an investigation like that?
I mean, potentially. I think the 2018 IG findings, the campus legacy, the Leasing Act, including the amendments, and the TSA implication with local, to me, that all feels compelling enough for the FBI to open a case and start investigating. And then if they needed documents or information, I mean, I'm sure they could get it straight from the government, but I don't know. I think at that highest level, that seems just what I said here, that is mostly public, honestly, should be enough to initiate a new investigation.
The documents, though, that with the same guy's signature as both parties, those are public documents?
They're technically, let's say this. There was a world where they would have been put up on the website, but if you requested them through FOIA, you would get them. It would take a year, but the answer is yes. They technically...
So when we're up against a clock, right, that's actually ticking and real, we don't have, the time of a year for these...
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you could obviously send them, are they going to arrest me? Maybe. I'm sure I violated some contractual agreement with the government, whatever. But I'm comfortable sharing it, and, to the extent that I'm not implicated in however you use it, works well for me. If it got to a point where I had to, be part of it and own it and a whistleblower, I would probably do that because I care more about justice and what's right